Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the peoples. Check you out. Peace.
Bruce Montalvo.
Continues to spread conspiracy theories.
Penchant for promoting bogus conspiracies as though they were fact.
Bruce Montalvo.
About his conspiracy theory.
This is CNN, a network of China broadcasting systems.
Bruce Montalvo's the only radio talk show host that's not controlled.
Hey you! Are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. In Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to experience. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you can earn your degree in fewer than 4 years and explore everything Arizona has to offer. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the host with the most flash, the most pizzazz. I am the Colonel of Conspiracy, and I'm not that Colonel Sanders trying to take your chicken, folks. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
That's right, yo. What's up? Shabbat Shalom, yo. 2 Jews in the house from Brooklyn.
That's right, and we are cooking, what are we cooking right now? Pork? Ribs?
We're gonna have fucking pork.
We're bad Jews, ladies and gentlemen. We're bad. Literally bad. You look at my wallet, and I have a wallet that says Bad Jew Motherfucker on it. Right? Sammy J. Jackson, I took your wallet from you, you flaming fanoik.
That's right.
Anyway, folks, it is February 12th, 2016, and it is one cold Valentine's Day, isn't it? It's going to be a cold Valentine's Day. All the roses, the dew on the roses are frozen. Frozen roses.
Yes, Bruce. Well, you know, it's better to get all warm and cozy with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that little doggy. that was like frozen to the ground,
Oh my God, it's so cold in New York, ladies and gentlemen, that some jackass left their dog out in Prospect Park. They just left him chained to a tree, and the poor pup had his limbs literally frozen to the ground. Wasn't that the story we just heard?
Yep, he looked really sad. He was a lab pit. It was bugging, man. His eyes was all flipping, but his actual paws were frozen to the ground. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with people? How dare they? Where are they? Where's their spirit? I mean, it's not the first time this has happened that people could do that. Like, I don't understand how come.
Well, you see how we treat each other. They're going to treat animals even worse.
Yeah. It's. I'd like to see the person do that. I'd like to have, like, the camera. I'm sure the NSA, like, knows exactly who that fucker is. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't know.
It's just disgusting. It disgusts me to know the level of humanity. But you and I both know. We do this show. We cover the news. This isn't even the tip of the iceberg of how sick humanity is. I mean, they're truly, we've become a parasite. Now, I'm not saying go grow a bunch of trees and kill yourself like those eugenicists that hand out flyers for George Soros. Hey, plant a tree, go kill yourself. I'm not saying that. But we know firsthand, just by covering the type of news that we cover, we have the They Live glasses on 24/7. We know how sick and disturbed humanity is, and that's just one of the examples.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about, Bruce? Remember those these old, like, psychic shows, like they're using, like, real psychics for police shows, and I don't even, I feel like I'm a little bit of a psychic, right? Like, I don't, like, you can't hire me or anything like that, and I will never, like, say that I'm 99% correct. I don't even care. I won't ever do it, but I feel like I have a little bit of psychicness, and, I happen to be friends with so many of the most famous witches on earth right now, and just for some weird reason, and healers. Yeah, and the thing is, they have these fucking shows, and they show these psychics that help the police, and I listen to them, and I don't believe them,
Some of them are genuine. I've had one or two on my program in the past.
No, I didn't say all psychics. I said the ones that work with police.
Right.
The ones on these particular shows that are assigned to work with police, Bruce. The thing is that I believe that those particular ones are liaisons between the NSA, the law, and the police.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I listen to their stories, and I listen to how they find their clues, and they say, "Oh yeah, it just comes to me." And I'm really good at understanding.
Right. The transcript just comes to them, right?
Yeah, I mean, we know the NSA can spy on any of us at any time, and all of us at all the time. We know we're freaking targeted. So what makes it any different than them turning on anybody's camera on their phone? They know what's going on. We were at Sony Wonder in New York City, and they showed how a camera can zoom in 3 seconds or less from, like, outer space into the fork and the food that they're eating.
They can watch you drop a pea from your fork onto the ground from outer space.
So, the fact is that they can, in theory and in reality, they know what the fuck is going on. They know who's committing what crimes. So if they want to really solve and really help, like, a particular murder or whatever, or make, like, psychics look good, or, they just hire a liaison, they put them in that position, and they just keep their mouth shut and they get their intel. They feel like they are helping humanity, and they aren't helping because there's no law that can say, "Oh yeah, well, we suspect or we know," because then that's admitting that every freaking citizen in the globe can be and is being watched.
Absolutely. And if you want to spot one of these charlatans, I mean, it's easy. Oh yeah, you claim you're psychic? Okay, give me a reading without me telling you anything first. Okay, because the minute you start opening your mouth, you're the one giving them the psychic premonitions. You're the one giving them the intel.
Yeah.
Just keep quiet and look at them just straight face, just look at them, and they won't get any reading, folks, because they're charlatans, most of them. But, there is a program, a remote viewing program. We're going to get into this, but just want to make a quick comment since we're on the topic of psychics, there is a program, many of you know, follow conspiracy theories, you know that the government has had a program, a remote viewing program. It started off as Project Scan8, many names for this program, mind control program. Basically, the Nazis started it right when they came over here, fresh off the boat, these paper clippers from World War II into America. And they started this program. They started the CIA, and they're the ones recruiting remote viewers or psychics in the military. And they made movies about this. I don't know if you people are familiar with The Men Who Stare at Goats. That movie is all about mind control, remote viewing. It starts off with the Russians. The Russians always patent everything first. You know, they patented HARP first, and then around 1992, America took that over. They started the remote viewing programs first, and so on. But, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we are going to discuss the Stupid Bowl, the Super Bowl, the great bread and circus spectacle that wasn't so great because, I mean, first of all, the halftime show, I'm so glad we missed that. I'm going to get into it. I'm so glad we missed that. It was nothing but Black Lives Matter trying to redo Michael Jackson's epic performance when the Cowboys played the Bills. Everybody wants to say, oh, yeah, did you see what she was wearing? Oh, my God, golden bullets? Dude, she looked just like Michael Jackson to me. Yeah, they were doing the whole Black Power fist and blah, 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 Black Lives, Commie Matter, whatever. But nothing could ever top that Super Bowl performance where Michael Jackson was just flying out of the freaking Titantron and then flying out of the stage, just a bunch of potpourri, just and he just bursts out. I mean, they could try, but they're not going to recreate a performance like that. But it was just disgusting. First of all, they had this stupid British band called Coldplay wearing a shirt that said Global Citizen. Now, I don't know about you folks, but I'm a Bad Religion fan, and I don't want to be your global citizen ever, ever, ever. You hear me? I'm not your global citizen. That's what they're promoting. British bastards talking about you are not American anymore. Now you are a global citizen, while they're pushing this communist, Marxist, Black Lives Matter mixed in with gay. I mean, what the hell happened? I thought Metallica was supposed to play, but they didn't even play. And then
all American band,
right. Even though they're probably swinging the other way too, because they're from Frisco and whatever the hell. Exactly. It doesn't matter to me. I'm a libertarian, folks. But the thing is, I mean, it's just a complete and total bread and circus. Did they even really need to have that bitch Beyonce back? And here's the thing.
But Beyonce bitch.
Here's the thing. Not only is she a bitch, but she's like Beelzebub. I mean, she seriously transformed into Satan on stage. I mean, I saw the pictures. Her teeth are, you could say it's bad picture quality, but you know what? Look at the pictures and try to tell me if she doesn't look like satanical pandemonium, folks.
Yeah, she was going into like some kind of tantric state where she was just hating. You could just see the amount of control. Like, I felt like there was no spirit.
Well, we know she's an MK Ultra, just mindless MK Ultra, just patsy. You've seen her at the Barclays games where her man with the all freaking Masonic Black Lives Matter medallion is got it right there, just mind controlled. Yeah. Like, she's just like not even there. She's like, duh.
Yeah, Beyonce, it's like vomit, man. It's like repeating last year's dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck she got to be on every single year? You know, like, there's nobody else but fucking Beyonce and fucking Jay-Z.
And what do they keep doing? They keep stealing from you. Okay, and the latest single of yours, Benghazi, that's out now, folks. You can buy it on Payloads. You can go to iTunes and buy it there. Benghazi, Jaja, Benghazi. I mean, I took the photo for that. That's my artwork. I took the picture of you. And
it was my concept. Like, it
was your concept. You put a hijab on. Now, this satanic bitch is walking around with a hijab on in her latest video.
Yeah, and then this whole thing with the rioting, in front of the...
that was your video.
Get your guns up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't stop looking at me. Motherfuckers, get off my fucking cunt. And you ain't getting nothing else from me. You want to support? Then fucking buy. You want to buy? Go to Etsy.com/shop /antique obsessions. That's you too, Donald Trump. We knows you. We were talking to you, little troll.
Oh, we have some shocking Donald Trump news to uncover as soon as we get off this Super Bowl 50. And this is actually our 50th episode
50?
Together. So
don't mention that fucking guy either, please.
This is our 50th episode, and we're how quaint that we're covering Super Bowl 50. Now, here's another thing, folks. We were watching it develop. I was sitting there watching the game, and I noticed Joe Namath. Many of you know Broadway Joe, right, from the Jets. Now, I saw something peculiar. I saw his eyes, ladies and gentlemen. His eyes transformed into like a slit, a reptile slit. Now, I'm not one of those kooky bastards that's going around saying aliens are everywhere and they're coming to get us and they're coming to get you. They're coming to get you. No, that's not my bag, man. But, you know, I can't help but have two eyes that notice these things. And I saw his freaking eye turn into like an anaconda's eye. I mean, he looked very, very scaly. And I put it out. I mean, I even showed it to you. Didn't that guy look like a goddamn lizard?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he did. Kind of lizardly, I guess. He did. He did look like a lizard. I don't know how much is, because I'm a photographer and I understand the physics, the mechanics of how a lens can open and shut. And I think that if a person is taking a certain amount of drugs, like maybe they're taking Cialis and heroin and oxy, who the hell knows? Maybe they got pin eyes, maybe they're... And then the light, and the studio lights sort of shine in their face, and then between their pin eyes and the bright light, and then readjusting as soon as they get out of the bright light that the camera's hitting you. In the video, I don't know, Bruce. I don't know if you can look.
Well, I'm convinced it's a spectacle for reptiles by reptiles. That's what it is, because everybody that puts money into that Super Bowl, they're all a bunch of just soulless, evil scum that serves the military-industrial complex.
Well, they're reptilian in spirit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. And I believe that, how could they literally stand up there? How could Beyonce sing and study everything from every single fucking picture I've ever done? They study, of the fashion. They study. They singing my songs. She's on Jay-Z. Yeah,
they dissect you. They dissect you just like a frog.
Yeah, I mean, who are they? How could they? And they're soulless. So these niggas got totally zapped from spirit. So they're supposed to be artists. So if you're an artist, you got something to say. So why are you trying to say what I'm going to say?
Their spirit belongs to Rain Man now. And just like the NFL players, folks, their spirit belongs to the NFL. They sold their souls. Every player in the NFL sold their souls to be in the NFL.
You saw that.
And I'll tell you why. Because I was sitting there, and the whole Super Bowl 50 theme that nobody's talking about has to do with RFID and the mark of the beast, folks. Now, I ain't praising that whole Jesuit revelations. Oh my God, get your food, get your bunker ready, and now we're all going to die. No, that's not what I'm talking about, folks. I'm talking about the fact that you are a freaking product that they're going to stamp, they're going to label, and put out for sale. And these NFL players, they are the ones preconditioning the public to accept RFID chips. Now, this was an article from 2015, states all NFL players are getting RFID chips this season. Now, they got chipped in 2015. Now, in the Super Bowl, that's what the entire Super Bowl commercials, everything had to do with. We're going to get into those commercials in a bit, but I mean the Hyundai commercials to start off. Okay, you got that comedian, Kevin Hart, or whatever, that unfunny comedian. He's not really funny to me, folks. He's just a squirrely looking bastard. And didn't he wear a dress, too? The Illuminati made him wear a dress. So look that up. Anyway, you got that guy, Kevin Hart, and this guy comes over to take his daughter out on a date. And he's got tracking. He's got GPS tracking on the car. He knows if he's going to take his daughter out to make out point and bang her out, he knows. And he's there, in the back seat, he's skydiving. He's just butting in to all the possible occasions where this guy can get some from his daughter. And in the end, the guy is just so distraught that he brings the daughter back to him and doesn't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because Kevin Hart's all over the place with that Hyundai GPS. Now here's another one that got me. Now you saw me when we were watching Super Bowl. I was like going nuts. I was like, oh my God, look at all this predictive programming, all this Pavlovian conditioning of the public to accept RFID. The other Hyundai commercial, they had little motors in the babies. Remember that commercial? How they had little motors, and to me that symbolizes, that's significant of RFID. Now you saw that commercial. You saw how they follow the baby from birth all the way till he's grown with a little blue, little silver metallic engine in his chest. I mean, what do you make of all that? It's blatant, isn't it?
This is what I make of it. Everything we own, everything we have, they put chips in. All right? Forget about...
Even your fridge.
They have not perfected being able to chip a human being without getting sick. There's been cases where animals have gotten cancer left and right.
Right.
It's very, very damaging. I don't believe that they're going to force this fucking chip on us. I think that some people are going to buy this whole weirdness and get and have had the chip, and getting their kids chipped. The Masonic...
the Masons push that.
Yeah, they push that to get your kids chipped. There are some people that believe it, I don't know. There's some people in Europe that were getting chipped for money. I don't see society going that way. I don't believe that people will do that. I don't think that's... I think it's just like a gimmick, like an option, because our real doctors... although some doctors are really... I met a girl who was getting... she had a cyst or something, and then the doctor said that we're putting a chip in that cyst. He says, why the fuck they put a chip where your cyst was? Because they shouldn't do that. Because, they said that just in case something else grows. I'm like, well, the cyst was removed, so why would they put a chip there? That's really stupid. Why would you replace it with something else? So, but that's what some doctors are doing. You have to be aware and don't let them do it and don't agree to do it. But I guess if you're listening to us, you would never agree to do something like that.
Absolutely not, because we have the greatest audience of all time. Now, you were speaking of doctors. Now, Mengele, folks, has inspired a whole new set of doctors today. You don't know what the hell they're doing. But they love telling you what they're going to do. They love telling you the revelation of the method. And continuing on with my Super Bowl review, Puppy Monkey Baby. I haven't been able to stop saying that. I'm working on Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. I keep saying it. It's in my head.
Because of the way they did it, Bruce. They did it in a way so everybody would get into
that. No, but here's the thing.
They repeated it that way. It's how they get any message
Here's the thing about Puppy Monkey Baby. They actually, at the beginning of this year, they were doing monkey head transplants.
Yeah, we heard about that.
So, to me, this is what that's symbolic of. Now, I'm going to play a clip of Puppy Monkey Baby.
Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby.
Funny, isn't it?
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Look at him. He kind of looks like a chimera.
Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby.
Look at him move.
Puppy Monkey Baby. Puppy Monkey Baby. Mountain Dew Kickstart.
I wonder if they really did that.
Oh, man. That is a hysterical, ugly little thing. Where do they manufacture that little guy? DARPA?
Yeah, DARPA or Plum Island. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
He's kind of cute, though. Puppy Monkey Baby. That was like the funniest thing of that goddamn godforsaken Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I had to find some type of just joy in something. Because the game wasn't that exciting.
The first thing that was very exciting, because we were really interested in seeing Lady Gaga, and, I was in particular for other reasons, but, when Bruce first saw her, I said, what's she wearing? What's she wearing? Because he was kind of had the dibs on it. He said, oh, she looks like somebody's mom. I don't know. So I took a look at her. I was like, whoa. I'm like, I see. She got the flag behind her. She's trying to be Hillary. I saw it. So I had Bruce write something, then I backed it up. I got the photographs. I put them together back to back. You could look it up. Hillary in a red suit. I put back to back. She looks identical to Hillary in her prime, like years and years ago, when she was out there wearing a red suit with a microphone and she's smiling really big. My findings say that they're related. I believe that somehow, but anyway, that's not taking away from the way she performed and the whole. I think that it was a subliminal.
Well, she did great.
Yeah, she did amazing. But the subliminal aspects of seeing this woman, with her hair, streaked in the same texture as this photograph from Hillary, and
same type of business suit.
The same business suit. Why would Gaga wear a suit? The
way she held the microphone was the same as when Hillary Clinton gives speeches, my friend.
That's right. She opened her arms the same way.
But that's the thing. That's why I'm covering these commercials, because I feel that there's a revelation of the method. They're telling you what they're going to do in the future, and that is a prime example of what they're going to do in the future. Again, telling you what they're going to do, that Hillary is going to be president.
Yeah, it was totally programming, subliminal, get over it, guys. Hillary's going to be president. I mean, Gaga was telling you, what I'm saying? Like, there you are, seeing this powerful woman with a mic behind her, with the U.S. flag, looking like Hillary, get over it. You know what I'm saying? There you see an empowered woman singing with all of the passion of Pavarotti, And then what happened was we wrote this article. It was getting mad, crazy hits. And then what happened? Freaking Before It's News shut the shit down, took it down 500.
Before It's News loves to regulate any type of news. If they feel something's about to go viral, they don't want to give it to you. They want to give it to one of their Nazi NSA intel guys, and they'll do that.
Yeah,
folks.
And they did. Because then I did a search. I couldn't find the Before It's News article. I was just kind of doing a quick search, because like I did before, and I looked up Hillary Clinton and Lady Gaga, and there was another article written about, the same kind of, with the same points that I was making. Okay, and it was written by some other fucking newspaper like Mike or something. And I was so pissed. Like, I just don't really appreciate. That's what I'm talking about. Anything that we got because we know what the hell's going on, they're gonna shut us down and give it to some other motherfucker. Okay?
That's right. But
and that's why we don't give a fuck. And that's why we're exposing every motherfucking one of you.
That's right. And here's the thing. Continuing on to more exposés. The Captain America commercial for the new movie Civil War. Now, to me, it's just indicative of the coming Civil War. And I don't want to sound like I'm some neocon that spits coleslaw and sells you energy drinks with rats encased in them. I don't want to sound like that. But just by seeing this, seeing the past Captain Americas, you see S.H.I.E.L.D. took over America, this esoteric group called S.H.I.E.L.D., which is really indicative of the Nazis. All of Captain America is indicative of the Nazis. Now, you got to be a brain-dead idiot that's never picked up a comic book in his life to just be like, well, duh, Bruce. Of course Captain America's always fought Nazis. Where have you been? And that's the thing. We're still fighting them today. It's not a freaking comic book. It's reality. It's real life. And they're telling you with this revelation of the method, with these predictive programming, these movies like Captain America Civil War, what they're doing. Beyonce's up there with the Black Panthers. What's she trying to tell you with her little black power fist? That there's a civil war coming, and her and all the gays and all the PCs, if you say one thing they don't like, they're going to come at you. Right?
Last week, Bruce and I made a joke about during halftime, there should be a bunch of, football ballerinas, looking like.
And that's exactly what the Super Bowl was.
And then they did that.
It was a whole devotion to just pansyism.
Yeah.
I much rather would have had Metallica up there with the Titantron, with the good, the bad, and the Montalvo up there, which is what they did.
Why don't you talk about that?
I posted a tweet of the cemetery scene from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and then an hour later, I wasn't aware that Metallica was going to perform at night, because they totally sidetracked them. They told them they weren't allowed to play the halftime show, so now they had to do a pre-show before the Super Bowl. So I caught that, and I had just posted an hour before that.
Tell them why. Tell them why.
I'm telling them. I had just posted an hour before a clip from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because I did a video piece where I'm depicting myself as Tuco Benedicto Pacifico Juan Maria Ramirez going up against all these COINTELPRO bastards. So, I'm having fun. I put that up on my YouTube, having fun. And then I said, oh, wow, hey, Metallica's about to play. Okay, so I check it out. They got Tuco, Benedicto, Pacifico, Juan Maria Ramirez on the fucking screen.
The same exact scene.
The same exact scene.
It was like...
And those of you that follow Exposed News on YouTube, and you also be sure to follow our website, exposednewsalternative.wordpress.com, you know that I put that out.
Yeah, it was on the Triton screen. It was crazy.
On the Titantron.
Bruce was flabbergasted. His jaw was like on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He was like...
I was like Cartman's...
I mean, you see this? I mean...
I was like freaking Kyle's mom from South Park. She's like, what?
So how many people?
That's what I was
how
like.
many people are listening to us right now from the NSA? Are we like the NSA's biggest like entertainment? We got Don Imus listening to us too.
All right, man, I'm right here in the studio right now. Just because I'm sleeping on my pillow doesn't mean I'm blah, 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 blah.
Isn't it a little bit late for you?
That's right. No, that guy's funny.
Gotta get up early.
That guy, bitches. I heard him say bitches the other day. That was funny.
West Palm bitches.
But here's the thing. There was another commercial. I talked about Joe Namath and his eye doing the reptilian eye change. There was another commercial with Liam Neeson. That's a guy from that one Schindler's Fist movie. Okay, so he was in this. Basically, he was just in a car commercial. He's a freaking car salesman, no different than Bernie and Hillary trying to sell you a lemon. Oh yeah, this lemon's great. Blah blah blah. Yeah. We're gonna take all your money. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, going back to the LG commercials titled "Man from the Future." The first thing I see in this commercial is the occult, esoteric circle snake symbol that depicts the Brotherhood of the Snake. And I had just seen a guy, his eyes, I don't know if they did that on purpose with Joe Namath, that they made his eyes look like a lizard's eyes, but I had just seen that scene take place where he was doing a commercial. And then they talk about this LG commercial where he's stating a revolution's coming, and he shows that occult symbol of a snake going full circle. I mean, that's an esoteric Illuminati symbol, and they showed it to everyone on the Super Bowl. Literally, like millions across the world, millions upon millions. They were shown that symbol, and they have no idea what it means.
Well, I know that we have some amazing pieces of jewelry that we have coming out. We have a snake cuff bracelet coming that we're in the middle of working on. It's just gorgeous. It's solid sterling silver with an antique snake and repousse, and that should be out this week. You can find it at etsy.com/shop/antique-obsessions, one word. Or you can check out us on Amazon. We're at Amazon.
That's right.
.com/handmade/antique obsession. So we're anywhere and everywhere, and we don't need your $1 bills, but you can give it to us if you want. It'll keep us going. We really are jewelers, and we're artists, and you can buy our music to support us. You can get our jewelry, and Bruce even has some, we got some sponsors too, so why don't you go through them?
That's right. You can check out eastbymall.com and use coupon code BruceNY to save 10% off the entire store. The best in CCTV surveillance systems for your home, for your business. If you want gadgets, spy gadgets. If you want to own what Bond owns, go to eastbymall.com and use coupon code BruceNY. And also, if you want the best in organic tea, go to lacharmteausa.com and use coupon code BruceNY at lacharmteausa.com. I mean, best in organic teas. Literally the best. And that's enough of the shameless plugging for now.
Yeah,
I was talking about...
We try to keep it moving.
That's right. I was talking about the Illuminati symbols, the esoteric Illuminati symbols. They showed the snake symbol, the circle, and the snake basically devouring its own tail, which is part of the Brotherhood of the Snake, one of the oldest secret societies that to me makes me literally believe that we're governed by these half-snake, Amalekite, German bastards. Okay, there's something about these bastards, their eyes just twitch and turn into like iguana eyes. But regardless of that, folks, they showed you that in that Liam Neeson commercial. the New York Times magazine came out with a cover, and straight up just blatant Illuminati, just praise. They had the Eye of Horus triangle with a football as its eye as their cover. I mean, they don't care anymore. They have gone from overt to covert. No, they've gone. I'm sorry.
Covert.
They've gone from covert to overt. Literally.
Yeah. It's mass mind control, that's what they do. They use their little satanic cult imagery, and they just present it to the public, and they repeat it enough times, and they get your third eye open while they're actually shutting it down by calcifying your pineal gland through the fluoride in the water. And speaking of water,
there's a major crisis going on in New York right now.
I'd like to mention, first of all, the other night,
from Flint, Michigan to New York, literally.
Yeah, I mean, I started, it was real weird. I woke up in the middle of the night to get some water, and literally I smelt the cup, and I threw up, and I threw it out. I threw the water out, and I couldn't drink it, and it's like, what the hell is that smell? It smelled kind of like animal piss. And for some reason, I heard, miraculously, I turned the news on and they were just talking about animal piss. This strange odor of it coming from a town upstate New York, and they don't know where it came from. So I'm smelling this odor, it was not just once, it was a couple of nights I kept smelling it, but it was only coming through at night, and it freaked me the fuck out. We stopped drinking the water altogether. And then the biggest fear that came out was just the other day, 3 days ago, Bruce, I kept getting vibes about radioactivity. I kept thinking about radioactivity, and then boom.
Well, you got a song like that, so it's always in your mind.
That's right, it's always in my mind, You should check that out, too, Radioactive.
Well, but it's insanity. Over 80% radioactivity since the last week. You're looking at CBS, New York.
There's a leak.
Cuomo, radioactive water leak at Indian Point increased by 80% since last week. It's absolutely just incredible. You're walking around to go get a bagel across the street, and the average Joe has no idea what the hell is going on. They're drinking the tap water. They're not going out to get no water filters. Okay, they should have listened to the fat man, Bill Hicks, and gotten water filters a long time ago.
Yeah.
But no, now we're drinking radioactive cat piss here in New York. It's
something
absolutely disgusting.
The nuclear facility has increased since 80%. And then, Cuomo supposedly looking into it. But, these guys are going to freaking cover up anything. I'm literally so over this place, I don't know what to do. And I used to sell these great energy wands that is just cutting-edge technology. The Masons use it in the down low. They probably stick it up their buttholes and get a rise out.
Yeah, they put it up their fangilis.
But it's really it's scalar energy, and it does work. It heals you. And I was the company that I kind of got my stuff originally for, Amiga, it went bust, but you can still get them online. And they're just incredible. And they supposedly, there was an article, but it was my thought that scalar energy could be the counter active to disengage the effects of radioactivity, and I'm right, because if you look up scalar energy and radioactivity, there is a kind of a counter effect that occurs.
Counterbalance.
Yeah, it kind of shuts it down.
It retards it a little bit.
Well, a lot. It pushes it away, So
okay.
I would get that wand, You can get them for $10 from China on eBay, and you can mix it in your water and maybe sleep with them, keep them on your body.
There's a lot of naysayers, but folks, I had a giant steel beam fall across my chest. Now, I ain't no Clark Kent, but, if you put me in a suit like Batman, a kryptonite suit, I'll kick his ass. Okay, but literally I had a beam fall on my chest, and Ja over here gave me treatments, scalar wand treatment, and it was a giant bruise on Bruce, and it literally went away in a month. Less than a month.
You felt better that evening.
Oh man, I felt like I could do jumping jacks and go out and freaking row boats. I felt great. But seriously, look into what Jaja's saying about the scalar wands, folks. But moving on, very pressing matters. I hate these people so much, folks. I just can't stand them. The goddamn dope is going around, the Pope is going around saying that they're pedophile bastards over at the Vatican don't have to report child abuse. I literally feel like throwing up all over this fucking microphone right now.
How could he get away with saying that, Bruce? It's just mind-blowing. How could he say anything to the extent of allowing for such vile human degradation? You know, I mean, I don't understand how this guy is going to get away with that. Is it because it's like a known fact and we should just get over it? You know, you're gonna let yourself go to your local churches.
It's absolutely disgraceful. Here is the article. The Vatican says bishops do not have to report child abuse. Really? Well, I'm going to report every single desaparecido that you disappeared, you goddamn pedophile Pope Francis, you scumbag, dirt bag piece of shyster, you freaking goddamn Nazi enablers over at the Vatican. You make me sick, and I can't wait till you're vanquished. In a perfect world, you will pay for hurting the most innocent in our society. You sons of bitches, I can't fucking stand this Vatican. I become so uncivil when I talk about these people. I know their crimes. I was part of the Catholic Church. They had me believing in Mithra for a portion of my life until I freaking saw the real light when, you know, I came to you. I found out my ancient roots. I'm Sephardim, folks. They have been burning my people since the Inquisition. And now, Pope, I am here to make you my binary digital bitch. Okay, I'm not singing little songs for you anymore, Pope. No more Last Christmas. That's over with. I will expose you. I will expose every single one of you Jesuit scum sucking bastards every chance I get on this microphone. I can't believe it. And now he's going around to Mexico. He's going to pray at the border, pray that they take down all countries' white picket fences. That's the thing. Okay, you have a home. You want a little white picket fence. Okay, you can paint it whatever you want. You can paint it freaking black, Raider colors, whatever you want. But you still need a fence. You know why? Because your neighbor's dog is going to go in your yard. He's going to take a shit in there. Your neighbor's going to go into your tool shed and borrow your tools and not return them. You need a fence. It's your property. Now this dope is coming over here saying that he wants all white picket fences removed. That's what he wants. He wants a one world order where you're not allowed to have a freaking fence around your property.
He wants to be able to go into anybody's home and pluck their children out and have them rub
he's no different.
His tummy.
He's no different than Kronos. I mean, these people at the Vatican actually know how to conjure up every single one of those 72 demons. They talk about they have the Rituale Romanum. Yeah, they got that down because they conjure up these demons and, you need us to help you get rid of the demons.
That's
no,
right.
You are the demons. How dare you say that you're not allowed to... you bastard!
Report.
I hate the freaking Pope.
Yeah, well, you know, also, speaking of the Jesuits, you know, they have today...
and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wait till I expose Donald Trump.
In East Elmhurst, Queens, there was an after-school religious instructor in a mosque. You know, some motherfucking 46-year-old grabbing on a 9-year-old, molested a 9-year-old girl. You know, on 2 separate occasions.
That's local news in New York. Now let's get into the news that everybody wants to hear.
But isn't he like, because he's like religion and because the Catholic Church because the Vatican has to do with Islam, I mean, isn't it all the same thing?
Yeah, they wrote the Quran.
Right.
They wrote the Quran, and here's another thing. In Judaism, everybody wants to attach the Star of David to Jews. Well, guess what? That was put there by the Jesuits in 1492. The real symbol that symbolizes Judaism is the menorah, folks. I think Christopher Columbus saw it when he was on his way to freaking South America and got diverted to America or whatever, he saw a UFO incident that was a goddamn menorah in the sky, but he was so afraid to go back and tell the Jesuits that in Spain because they would hang him because he was a Jew.
And that's
folks.
a 7-candle menorah. That's not a Hanukkah menorah, which is a 9-candle menorah.
But here is the tip of the iceberg that exposes these Jesuits. Now, Donald Trump, you scum-sucking, pig-fucking bastard, you are Jesuit educated. You went to their Jesuitical learning facilities. You went to Fordham University. But that's not the only thing you went to. You went to Epstein's parties. Jeffrey Epstein. Why isn't anybody confronting Donald Trump on the fact that his name is listed in a known pedophile's little black book? Jeffrey Epstein has got Donald Trump's number. He could be like, hey, yo, Trump, what's up, man? I got myself a little 8-year-old. I got myself whatever you want, Trump. I got it. Come over
They
here.
kept
Hey,
that on hush.
Bill,
They did.
Bill's chilling. That's why you see that picture with the Clintons and Trump, and they're all laughing their fucking asses off. Now you know why they're laughing. They're all a bunch of bastards. Hillary trying to come up and say, oh, women need to support me. Support what? That you'll ball gag them with some perverted ball gag if they speak ill about your husband raping them, Hillary?
I'd like to see that. You know, can't there be like a comic book? Hillary shuts women up by force. And like, you know, I don't know, your boy makes comic books, right? I mean, you know, like,
Here's the thing. I don't want to sidetrack off this because this is bombshell news that I'm unveiling. Donald Trump's name is listed in a known pedophile's little black book. Now, the Daily Mail and then Gawker, then Newsweek reported this, that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein are friends. Look it up. Look up Epstein and Trump, and you'll see that I'm not just blowing smoke up your asses,
it's true.
folks.
I found it. I really suspected Trump was keeping a real lock and had a stronghold on the media. So I did a good dig and I found a lot of, actually there's a lot of information about him and his connections with Epstein, and they decided not to expound upon it, the news, but his name came up with the Woody Allens, and, you know, I mean, wait a second, so this guy,
they were up there in the Hollywood Hills, probably having orgies, banging each other out like crazy, while Epstein kept ordering little kids for them. And that's the thing, going back to Super Bowl 50, all those elites travel to Super Bowl 50. 50. For some reason, maybe elite, 50, there's some correlation there. But, you know, the elites are a bunch of scum that worship Moloch and burn effigies of babies in front of Moloch, who represents Lilith, who is basically like a child stealer. Okay? So, going back to Mexican folklore, you have La Llorona. That's where that comes from, folks. And here's the news. I bet you they were supplying these elites while they were at their little Super Bowl trip with children.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
It's a giant freaking pedo ring, and Trump knows all about it.
But you know what the elite do? They're in like the body part business, so like that's why you have George Bush Sr., he's still living, and Rockefeller, he never died, he's still around. And
they're in the puppy monkey baby business. They want to cut your head off and put it on something else and see if it works.
You know, they want to they know what works, and that's the thing. They're going to go and get like some 18-year-old's fresh blood, you know what I'm saying, and give themselves a new lungs and give themselves a new heart, and you know, they certainly won't change their brains up. Too bad. I mean, maybe if they change their brains up.
Donald Trump has no brains. And it's evident he probably has no balls, too, because I have a story right in front of me. His slutty freaking wife that's appeared naked all over the place, probably.
Which one? Which wife, Bruce?
Which one? I don't know. It says Ivana. I have about 3 boyfriends. Is that his wife or his daughter? I don't know who it is.
Ivana Trump was his wife.
Oh, so it's his daughter. So his daughter's a slut. So he's promoting being a slut to his daughter now.
You know what? Donald Trump might be gay. I mean, I don't know. But I think maybe he likes young kids.
You know what? I saw him holding a kid, a little Liebensnot. I mean, this kid, man, they didn't know how to dress this kid. It looked like he lost a fight with a lawnmower. And
the wind was blowing.
Oh my goodness, this kid just...
Instead of kissing the kid, he signed the kid.
He signed an autograph on the kid.
He signed his name, Donald Trump. I mean, that's so perverse. obviously Donald Trump is working for the order. He's a flip-flopper. He's on his own trip. You know, he probably should have his own talk show host.
He's a bona fide Democrat. Now, if you go to Exposed News on YouTube, I put up a video titled The Donald Trump Deception. This guy, don't believe anything he says. He says he's going to build a wall around Mexico. Let me tell you something. The Mexicans should build a wall around America to keep all the stupid drunk gringos that go over there and puke all over freaking Tijuana. That's why Tijuana is a giant cesspit of shit, because all the freaking gringos go over there on spring break homes and just shit all over that area of Mexico.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So if anybody should be building a wall, it's the Mexicans. And here's another thing.
Keep out the Nazis that want to buy
the Mexicans are at the forefront of fighting the paramilitary drug-pushing CIA. They're at the forefront of it. Bernie Sanders, who wants to redistribute your chicken accordingly throughout the community, he would keep aiding and destroying places, destroying people, he met with the Sandinistas or Nicaragua, he met there. That's why Nicaragua has a flag with the Eye of Horus, folks, because they use that place to just funnel all the drugs and bring them all the way up here. So all the Latinos that you think are drug dealers just because you saw Scarface, guess what? They work for the CIA. If you want them gone, abolish the CIA, and there will be no more drug-pushing pieces of crap in your community.
What about all the talk show hosts that use the CIA at their disposal because they're protected by the CIA, because they have 3 fucking names, and because the only reason why they're famous is because they're children of famous Nazis, and they want to be able to control the propaganda and the media and kick guys like us out?
Woo! Well, you just exposed the grand tamale of them all right there with that statement.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm all out of words.
They're left and right everywhere you go. I don't even know how we're still here. I mean, we're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts and for shits and giggles. But at the end of the day, we know...
We're fighters.
Yeah, we're fighters, and we need to expose what we see because it's mind-blowing. And the fact that...
I literally can fight. I mean, I was trained by...
Yeah, and I boxed too.
Chris Areola's...
And
daddy. Now that guy's known as Titties, and it's not really fair when they fight him because he's got like 4 arms. His arms and his titties.
But you should do this at Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, yo, that guy eats too many tortas. Now, Bruce over here, knock your fucking head in. But,
what about Jaja?
So will Ja, too. So you knocked my head in a couple of times. But I'm no Tom Jones. I'm not getting beat by my wife.
No.
But that's the thing, folks. Yeah, like Josh said, we don't even know how we're still standing. We've had COINTELPRO come at us. The same COINTELPRO that's locked up, taking it up the ass right now in Oregon and loving it.
The same ones. The biggest ones, the most famous ones. The ones
you open up your newspaper and you're reading about the PSYOPers. Guess what? We took them on one-on-one.
Yeah, they've been trying to keep us down. The reason why Bruce and I met each other is because of the freaking COINTELPATComp program that they're the PSYOP and honeypot patriots or so-called patriots or just big talkers or artists that are expressive. They're there to PSYOP and to collect us. So Bruce was being targeted for years and I was being targeted. So we just met each other and
that's right.
And they try to cock block us both.
That's how the love story starts. Now you mentioned PatCon. We want to let everybody know that all the PSYOPers, you heard them, I'm going to kill myself. I need the FBI. I need the congresswoman here. It was all just bad acting. I mean, I've seen better acting from freaking...
one-star movies.
One-star B movies than the shit that went on over there.
So bad.
And here's what it is. PatCon. It was designed to infiltrate, incite white conservative militias or evangelical Christians to violence. That's why you hear these idiots doing psalms every second that they were on their little YouTube live shit. Psalm this and psalm that. You know what? To me, they're just a bunch of remedial, dildo-waving patriots. All right?
Yeah, every single one of those guys. Lavoy Finnegan is a fucking alive, okay? Now, I saw his son. He was right there with Pete Santilli.
Shilling on the channel.
He was the one, he was on Pete Santilli's channel made a video, and he was the one testifying that he really saw the body.
But there really was a body in the casket, and then they used some other guy that's got freaking pubic hairs on his chin that you wouldn't trust to freaking give you a ride to the corner store, folks. Looks like some type of killer from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, just some ugly motherfucker. Oh, there's the casket. There really was a dead body in there.
Okay, but this guy, Bruce, looked the spitting image of Lavoy Finnegan. So, like, first of all, his presence, he's wearing the same glasses, the same nose, same eyes, same bone structure, and he just looked like 25 years younger. And he was sitting there telling the American, or whatever, the audience on YouTube, that he really believed that, and he's referred to him as Lavoy Finnegan, was really dead because everybody else seemed to think there was a buzz that he wasn't dead.
Right. They were just chilling. Chilling.
So the fact is that this is the same guy that would need to identify the body in case of if he really did die. So he doesn't really. So where is that fucking death certificate, niggas? Okay, show up, you motherfucking hicks, with the fucking death certificate.
Yeah, the death certificate. That's a question that nobody's asking. Nobody's gonna answer because it's a psyop. It's a ruse. It's just a bunch of bad hick crisis actors. That's what you had going on in Oregon. And the ACLU, oh man, you know, I used to kind of think that they were necessary, but really, the ACLU is about as useful as tits on a boar, folks. Because now you have these godless, atheist, just shitheads going around trying to make a champion of freedom of speech out of a guy that has stolen how many homes that he had to leave at Atlanta and Georgia, a guy that threatened to kill me, my family, my wife, a guy that is a provocateur.
But it's his free speech, though, Bruce. He's screaming. He's got John Whitehead to the right of him and Christine Allen, these constitutionalists.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at is the ACLU is full of shit, and along with Mad Left and all those other organizations that are supposedly trying to look out for people's civil liberties, what they're really looking out for are Mexican oligarchs, the same guys that are helping the CIA transfer the drugs from their shitty third world cesspits into America, folks. They are helping, the ACLU is helping export the revolutions from these countries like Mexico and bring them right over here. That's why I'm telling you. You want to hate on Mexicans so bad, right? Patriot movement. Well, it's the Mexican vigilantes that are fighting the paramilitary, just Blackwater people that are now trying to become champions of freedom of speech while using the ACLU, who they claim is on their side, but the whole time their rhetoric is anti-immigrant this and anti-that when they're going to a body that helps those people, that's actually helping the PSYOP. The thing is, it's an elaborate, concise PSYOP, and you can't trust anybody.
No, you can't. You can't.
Not even the ACLU. The corrupt pieces of Marxist garbage.
That bitch that I used to know, the one that tried to come on to you, that was supposedly my friend, that dominatrix, she used to run to the ACLU. She was a dominatrix years ago, and she was running to them. They would support her, a fucking dominatrix that used to run like a bunch of horse.
I was scared. Watch out. Look. That's what's good. That's what's bad. And that's what's ugly, folks. Okay? The fact that you can't trust an ACLU because the ACLU will go and defend a guy that hates illegals while they're trying to bring the illegals in. I mean, these people really aren't illegal. The only thing that changed on America was the flag one day. One day it was the Mexican flag, then the next day it was the American flag. I mean, the West Coast, and I'm not spreading no Azatlan bullshit, we've always run the West Coast, folks. Look at places like Galveston, Texas, and you'll know they're named after Spanish revolutionaries like Bernardo de Galvez, who fought alongside with Mexicans, blacks, Puerto Ricans to out the redcoats. So that's the reason you have Texas as Galveston. Okay? Do some research, you stupid hicks. Oh, you want to go and cry about, Davy Crockett and the Alamo. Look, I'm no fan of Santa Anna and him taking guns away from people, but guess what? America took that land from the Mexicans, and it was basically the first Afghanistan. It was taking from the weaker world to prove them wrong. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was against the Mexican-American War. I mean, he was a piece of shit. He started martial law, right? He wasn't a good president per se, but he did go up against the bankers. He did try to institute a tangible currency.
You know he was a Jew, right?
And that's the thing that I wanted to get to. Everybody wants to say, oh, Bernie Sanders is the first Jew presidential. My foot. Abraham Lincoln was.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln was a Jew, okay? Now, there was reports from, that his family was originally from a small town in England, and they were primarily Sephardic Jews. They were in hiding. They were covert crypto Jews, I guess they would be called, because they were hiding. And that's his town. And then supposedly at his funeral, there were a lot of rabbis there at his funeral. So what does that tell you? This man wore a black hat like a Hasi. This man, Abraham Lincoln, was the first Jewish president.
The first Jewish president.
That's why they put him on a fucking penny. That's right. Why they call Jews penny pinchers. They know this shit. Go. They won't teach any of us.
There you go.
So we got to tell you this,
We're
guys.
telling you. That's why you tune in every Friday from the epicenter of cold, once again, Brooklyn, New York. Now, I want to end this program with a couple of little Super Bowl 50 recaps that I didn't get to. Now, I mentioned RFID. I mentioned how they were glorifying the RFID. I mentioned to you how they showed you some sick Draco reptilian freaking imagery. It could be real, it could not be real, but it was there. I also want to mention the cashless society. Now, PayPal had a commercial on the Super Bowl basically announcing the death of cash. And nobody seems to catch that. Now, we do a lot of business on PayPal. And we support PayPal. But that doesn't mean that they're not run by just sick, freaking oligarchical psychopaths.
Wait a second. I heard that Peter Thiel is having an affair with Ted Cruz.
Oh, man.
You forgot the bombshell news
we got a couple of more bombshell news. We'll keep going.
We'll
do a little overtime.
We got a few more minutes overtime. Stick with us.
We could do 5 hours if we want.
We can. We own our own freaking station.
We can do whatever we want. Just keep going. Here's the thing.
We can leave the mic on while we're having sex at night.
That too. And she's getting a little carried away. Now they're really going to send the FCC after me. But that's the thing. PayPal announced the death of cash. Now this year, at the beginning of the year, you see the stock markets are still crashing. In Scotland, Italy, everywhere. Everywhere. I mean, we can no longer just afford to just put it to the wayside, folks. It's utter and complete lunacy, okay? Because another Super Bowl commercial even depicted the fact that banks decide who's good, who's bad. They had a commercial where they had, like, facial recognition down to the street. I think here in New York, by Trader Joe's. Where is Trader Joe's? There's a Trader Joe's that we don't go to anymore. But where is that Trader Joe's specifically?
That's like Brooklyn Heights-y.
Right. So they filmed this commercial by Brooklyn Heights, and it's a narrator, basically the voice of the bank, saying, oh, this person's good. This person's not good. This person's never been good. So that you have the banks determining who's good, who's bad, using facial recognition software subliminally. I mean, they don't have like the Terminator like eyes, right? They're like they didn't have that, but it was like subliminal. They were going around
Mad Santa
panning into people's faces, saying this guy is good, this guy is trash, this guy's never been good in his life. Oh. So now it's the bankers deciding who's good and who's bad, and the whole Super Bowl dealt with RFID.
Yo, what's up with this?
So if Lady Gaga predicted that Hillary's going to be president, that's just one prediction. What about all the others that they're setting up to?
Well, like I said before, we already are in an RFID society. It's not that the future is going to be the future. The future is the present right now. Everything you own, everything you buy, I mean, it's track, trace, and database. I mean, soon they're gonna, you order on Amazon and they're gonna drone whatever you want in like 10 minutes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, they'll use a Concorde jet. She's like drone.
Like Domino's Pizza. If you want pizza delivered to you, they'll send Pizza Droney out to you, folks. And
that's GMO drone.
That's right. You don't want none of that crap. But here's the major bombshells. Ted Cruz. Now, I might get some flack for saying this, but I believe Ted Cruz is a faggot. Ted Cruz is a faggot. You hear me? Just look at his faggoty face, look at his faggoty ears, listen to that faggot talk. Now, what do I mean by faggot? I mean that he is a British cigarette.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just ready to get rolled up and smoked by another faggot like Chris Crispy and Jerry Jones. You see, every GOPer is a freaking British cigar.
See, that's
all of them.
Look,
even Marco Rubio. We exposed him.
Crazy.
Over 13,000 hits on Before It's News. They let that one go viral.
Yeah,
13,000 views about Marco Rubio having gay foam parties. Somebody asked me, "Hey, where can I buy gay foam?" I don't know. Ask Rubio, dude.
But didn't the foam started following you too? What was it? Foam it up? What that?
Some Twitter account called "I Love Foam."
Love foam, right?
I don't know.
Well, listen.
I don't know, but the GOP
I
are
think
all
this is what's a joke.
British cigarettes.
This is why we started on Donald Trump, the Trumpster. Word up, okay? We were going digging on him because it was like, first he found this crap on Rubio, and that was so legitimate. And then I was like,
well, it's brought to you by an NSA agent, a known NSA agent that goes on the Bill Hicks show.
Right, okay.
So you know they got the dirt on everybody.
They got the dirt, and I figured, but what's up with the dirt on Ted Cruz? I mean, that guy looks like a freaking major loser. I mean, he looks like a president, like he should belong in Epcot in Disney's, like, wax presidents.
I'll tell you my major beef with Ted Cruz. Now he's trying to go after homeschoolers. He wants to have all you homeschoolers under federal regulation. This guy's complete trash. He doesn't want you to be self-educated because you might read a book, you might figure out how you're getting fucked in the ass by a government that doesn't give two shits about you and is ready and willing and waiting to put a red, white, and blue dick right in your ear.
Yeah. I mean, my nephew's being homeschooled right now, Bruce, and he is so freaking smart. He comes. The
guy's brilliant. He should be working over in Geneva on the goddamn Hadron Collider. He's so brilliant.
They're so scared of kids like him because they can't. Once your mind gets open, you can't go back. Like when I was going to school, when you were going to school, we didn't really have this choice of like finding information out, like what the hell's really going on. And you can't really argue your teachers.
The internet was still fresh,
right? And you can't really argue your teachers to a certain extent. You know, you need to have read a certain such amount of books to be able to even deal with your social studies teachers or your history teachers. Now you can find the truth out. The next day, show up in school, be like, you were wrong, which, this test...
Take over the whole class.
Yeah, this test score is inaccurate. You shouldn't even be working because you're giving us tests with inaccurate questions and setting up answers for us. I mean, if you have a kid with a real brain, they can contest any of their Masonically scripted history.
But that's the thing. That is why I'm going after Ted Cruz. Okay, because the guy is a Bible-dribbling idiot. Well, what did he say the other day? That he's going to show America the face of God?
And that should be
what face? What face? The Pope's face? Because the Pope thinks he's God. Now you got the Pope praying at the border, and you got the Pope freaking telling you that you're not allowed to have a white picket fence around your house, and you have the Pope telling you that if he fandangos one of your freaking kids, he's not allowed to say anything about it because he's part of the Ninth Circle Secret Society. A bunch of goddamn Satanists.
Right.
Bunch of Luciferians. And all these patronuts. Oh, I love America so much. America's great. America the beautiful. Last time I checked, homie, if I look at an aerial view of America, I see a giant satanic pentagram from Washington, D.C. I see Masonic obelisks that look like phalluses everywhere. I mean, these British cigarette Masons run everything.
Yeah.
From the beginning. I mean, they killed George Washington and replaced him with Adam Weishaupt. Okay, that's something your goddamn history teacher ain't going to tell you.
That's right. My history
teacher... You get down the Bruce Montalvo show.
My history teacher told me that George Washington died from VD. So.
Yeah, and he didn't tell you that George Washington was a damn Jesuit, just like Adam Weishaupt, folks.
Yeah.
Just like everybody that runs the freaking NFL. Everything is co-opted by these people. Now they can literally screw your baby, your puppy monkey baby, and say that they had nothing to do with it.
Can I say something about Beyonce? Because that bitch, the reason why you keep seeing her ass, you know, and not some other lady or somebody else. I mean, yeah, Gaga, okay, you saw her, but, you know,
you're going to see a lot of her this year.
Why do you have to see Beyonce? I'll tell you why. Because that bitch is not. She's more white than black.
She looks like a Himmler to me.
She is a Himmler, Bruce, okay? She even put his hat on, and her eyes are Himmler.
Oh, they all put on those goddamn Nazi hats.
She's a Himmler, okay?
Well, of course.
She's related to the monarch.
That's why she hung out. If you're going to be on a stage that big, you have to be part of the bloodline.
That's why the prince, you know, those Kate and what's his face, William, they was down the block at Barclays. That's why they were hanging out with Jay-Z.
That's why they had
Pete.
Coldplay there wearing a shirt that said, "I'm a global citizen now." Meanwhile, we have a park right down the street from us where there was real American blood spilt by these redcoat pieces of trash, yet the British and the royalty and the monarchs are given the best seats at Barclays free of charge by you, the taxpayer. I don't get it. I don't get it. I never will.
Bruce, can you see a British fighting? I mean, they speak so proper. I don't think they even know how to use a gun. I mean, they've got bobbies. It's got batons.
I was watching that Midsummer Theater with you or whatever, and I couldn't believe that the detectives were going around apprehending people without guns.
Without guns?
I was like, what the hell?
They have no rights over there. I mean, the Queen takes everything. They watch everything. I mean, dealing with my British customers is impossible.
That's the same thing.
They stick their hands in the pockets of my customers with their customs.
This is the same thing with Ted Cruz. You got another Canadian that's run by the Jesuits, that's run by the Queen, trying to run for president. Well, guess what, Ted Cruz? You ain't going to run me. You ain't going to run anybody. You know why? Because you're a faggot. That's why,
But you know what? Ted Cruz, you know who he's related to? Alois Brunner. Alois Brunner. The German. Okay? Fuck you, Ted Cruz, you ugly motherfucker. I don't want to look at your big-ass nose and your ugly-ass ears and listen to your stupid-ass fucking comments.
Where are you, Gary? Okay. Gary Johnson, if you're listening to this, where are you, man? Where are the third parties? Where is the Libertarian Party? This whole presidential race, you haven't heard anything about any third parties. He's chirping like a little bird, tweeting, but he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. That man cut taxes in New Mexico 13 times, and he would decriminalize marijuana immediately, among other things. I can go through his whole record, but folks, you're not going to get real candidates, okay? The candidates they put up there give you the illusion that there's choice, the illusion of safety. You're not safe from these oligarchical psychopaths until you stand up and say, enough is enough. I'm mad as hell, and I ain't gonna take it anymore.
That's
like
my cousin,
somebody
Aaron Russo.
I know from my family.
Yeah, that was my cousin Aaron Russo's first movie.
That's right.
I'm mad as hell, not gonna take it anymore. And I'm really fucking mad at Jeff Rance, okay? You know, David Duke. Let me tell you, David Duke is the cousin of the Duke of York, Prince Andrew himself. Okay, whose son is Mark Faker Zuckerberg, a non-Jew.
You know what I hate about guys like that? They go around, they walk around talking about, Germany had the population had so many people die. It was way more than the Holocaust, what they numbered for the Holocaust. I can't stand these German sympathizers, pieces of shysta, and if you ever step up to me, either one of you at a Talkers Magazine freaking reunion, I will put my fist right through your face, and you'll know how real I am when they freaking escort my ass in handcuffs after I give you freaking two black eyes, Jeff Rance, David Duke, whoever the hell you are. Okay, you goddamn German Nazi sympathizing pieces of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I go to Germany, I go to Berlin, I've been everywhere, I've been to Frankfurt. Fuck Germany. I love Germany. You know, I have very great relationships over there with people.
Yeah. Do you have a great relationship with freaking Hitler's daughter, who's running the entire gig right now?
That's them. That's the power structure. I'm not talking about the people themselves, but they're not the ones that are fucking shit up. Okay, and I got a song called "Fuck Shit Up." It's on my first album called "The Art of Hip Hop."
I mean, the Nazis are back. They're going around marching up and down like a Pink Floyd The Wall video.
Yeah, in Croatia. Where was that? In Where was it? Ukraine?
They're all over the
They're
place.
everywhere now. It's like
all over the
total
place.
revival.
The Nazis are back. Mein Kampf is back on the news shelves. So it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before they come for you, before they come for me, just like they did in the Holocaust, folks. So grow some balls. Don't let go of those guns. All right? Get them up while you're listening to jazz.
Get your guns up.
And, folks, we have done enough overdrive. Now it's time
to say goodbye.
To say goodbye. You've been listening.
M-I-C-K-Y.
Oh, so now you're promoting freaking the Illuminati here? Look, folks, thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out of your day to listen to two of the best in alternative media. Me, Bruce Montalvo, my beautiful wife and co-ho for life, Jaja.
That's right, yo.
Thank you for listening to us, folks. Remember, you could tune in every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, on TalkStream Live, or go to Spreaker, the Spreaker website, and find us there. Just simply type in Bruce Montalvo, the Bruce Montalvo Show. Look for us on Google. You can find us on your iPad, your iTouch, your Android phone. Listen to us. Just remember that we're coming across a brave new world, folks. A world that will have RFID everywhere you go.
Cameras looking at you,
and
spying on you, listening to your every conversation.
And puppy monkey babies with Mountain Dew to make you sterile. So this has been the Bruce Montalvo Show. Thank you for listening. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night.
Peace. Shabbat shalom.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
Hi, this is Jaja. Come shop with us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Sign up for Poshmark using our code ANTICULTURE. That way you can have $5 in your pocket when you join up and you can buy something from our store. We have mad stuff like upcycle things, Armani, Hurley, O'Neill. We upcycling all kinds of things like LL Bean. And plus we got our tie-dyes and just mad stuff. Just come check us out. Also you can sell your own stuff too using the Poshmark app. But sign in first using our code ANTICULTURE. And you can find us at Poshmark.com/closet/anticulture. Or when you're up in there, just at Anticulture us. And you can look under the people. Check you out. Peace.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network.